Tom Bombadil?
Yes, Tom Bombadil was left out of Lord of the Rings, shockingly, but they are bringing him into Game of Thrones. I wasn't supposed to say that, was I? Sorry for the spoiler. But yeah, we might as well just come out and say it. I take it no one here then knows if we're going to hear the tune. No one knows. Okay, fair enough. Do we even get to know all the lyrics? Maybe we're not supposed to. Maybe it would shock us. I don't know.
We can't really say.
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Please, I wish you would.
I want to ask a question maybe William might be able to answer. Is how much did the experience of the first season, how much has it influenced the second season? In the sense of, like we were talking about new scenes that have been written. Is there more of a freedom or a kind of belief in maybe, maybe writing new scenes to tell parts of the story that might not be so easily expressed, in the book. Do you feel there's been more of an influence since the first season?
I think there's a greater confidence in the writers to know that they can change things enough look, anybody who's read the stories knows that the series are pretty much going to take the route of the stories in the books. I mean, they have to, or else it's not the story. But I find it really interesting reading the scripts as they come through, and as the fourth version comes through, and the fifth version comes through, and the changes for the blue pages, and the red pages, and the green pages come through, and everything's tightened up, and it's made better and stronger and more interesting, and the scenes, you're constantly getting surprises. Now, I can't see that anything that the guys are doing is ruining George Martin's idea. I mean, what I see is great work coming through, stuff that surprised me, stuff that's made me actually walk in and complain to Brian Cogman about, going to work and being, left in a life of misery for a day, because of the fact that I read terrible things in these scripts. But, the first series was an optimistic, hopeful kind of thing. When you get to the end of it, though Ned's dead, all our characters are running in different directions and so on. And, the second season, as we well know, gets darker. So they run a bit further. I mean, it's all much more interesting, I think. I mean, every character that you've grown to really like in the first season, you see so much more of them, more of their strengths, more of their ability, more of where they're going. Now, you lot know where they're going. I haven't read all the books. So the thing is, I'm learning it all as I go along. And, it's, all I can say is it's very exciting. It is. I mean, I've gone through different variations of scenes because they've had to rewrite on the basis of whatever the situation is, like the whole of a set blowing away. So it comes back later on. But the thing is that there's definitely a confidence. There's a confidence in everybody walking into the show this year. All the actors as well. I mean, they know who their characters are and they know what way they're going with them. Obviously the script changes for them, but my God, they're living their characters. It's fantastic to see. I've seen a couple of the Rush's edits, that have come through, and all I can say is the stuff looks great. I'm enthusiastic.
Does that answer what you were saying?
No, yeah.
That was a great question and a great answer. But can I just ask a supplementary? Do you feel you do your job better from not having read the books?
No, it's not. I don't even think that comes into it. I think it's a case of, as I said in the earlier interview thing, that panel, whatever it was we did. The thing is that I read the first book for the background information that I needed to kind of understand the world we're in. But now I'm in that world. That's the great thing. It's like whatever's delivered up to you, you've got a better sense of what it should be. also because there's a bunch of stuff that I did for the Blu-ray DVD collection that's going to be coming out. There's a lot of artwork and stuff that we were looking back into the earlier histories. So there's interesting stuff that you'll probably see in the Blu-ray stuff. And for me, it was just that thing of trying to get more and more into this world, you know, that we're all working on. I like reading the books, so it's not a case of does it hinder or not. But the scripts are so tight coming through. You know, you're seeing this world all the time within the scripts, and you're actually concerned about the characters. I mean, that's great. I mean, it makes you, you know, going to work and on the job fantastic, because even as you're drawing the scenes, you know, there's certain things that happen to certain characters, and while you're drawing this stuff, you go, "Oh my God, this shouldn't be happening. This is terrible," you know. So yeah. I don't think the book. I'd like to read them, but I don't think it makes a big difference to working from the scripts.